Welcome to the Explainer. So if you're a developer, you've probably felt it, that constant pressure to just add AI to, well, everything. It can feel a little overwhelming. But what if there was a clear roadmap? Today, we're diving into a source that gives us exactly that, a step-by-step guide for developers to turn AI from a buzzword into a reality. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? AI can feel like this massive, impossible mountain. You know you need to get to the top, but where do you even start? What's the right path to take so you don't get lost halfway up? Well, here's the good news. You don't need to be a mountain climbing expert. The source we're looking at lays out a super clear roadmap with 3 distinct paths to the summit. And each path is designed for where your team is right now and what you're trying to accomplish. So, how does this all work? Well, the whole journey is built around what our source calls the 3 tiers of AI. Just think of it as a framework, a way to level up your company's AI game, one manageable step at a time. And the progression just makes so much sense. You start with the easiest, quickest wins, using powerful AI that's already been built. Once you're comfortable, you move on to building your own custom models to get a real competitive edge. And then finally, you master managing the whole thing at a huge enterprise scale. Okay, and this right here, this is probably the most important takeaway for a ton of developers out there. Just look at Tier 1, the required skill, API integration. Let that sink in for a second. If you can call a REST API, you can start shipping powerful AI features right now. No PhD required. All right, let's really dig into Tier 1. This is all about getting those quick wins on the board, showing immediate value with tools that are basically ready to go, right out of the box. Now, to make this real, let's use an example from our source, the insurance industry. Just imagine your company is drowning in a sea of paper claim forms, PDFs, all of it. The manual data entry is just painfully slow. It's expensive, and you know it's full of human errors. This is the perfect kind of problem for a pre-built AI service. A tool like Azure's Document Intelligence is already trained to understand what forms look like. All you gotta do is send it a claim, and boom. Just like that, the AI reads the form. It instantly pulls out all the important stuff, policy numbers, key dates, claim amounts. It's smart enough to know the difference between the label that says name and the actual person's name right next to it. And the result, that messy, unstructured document is transformed into perfectly clean, structured JSON. It's now ready to be plugged directly into your backend systems, completely skipping that awful, tedious manual data entry step. And that, right there, is the power of Tier 1. It is, without a doubt, the fastest path to real tangible value. You're not spending months on some long-shot science project. You are solving a real, painful business problem in a matter of days. But you know, what happens when a pre-built tool is just too generic for what you need? Well, this is where we level up to Tier 2, building your own custom AI to create a unique competitive advantage. This really brings us to a huge strategic choice. Tier 1 is all about buying a solution that's ready to go for speed. Tier 2, though, that's about building one. It's about using your company's own unique data to create a proprietary asset that your competitors just can't copy. So why would you build? Because building lets you answer the million-dollar questions that are specific to your business. Questions like, hey, which one of our customers is most likely to leave us next month? Or what does fraud actually look like with our data? This is where you go from solving common problems to building a true competitive moat. All right, and that brings us to the end game, Tier 3. This is when AI isn't just a cool feature anymore. It's a core, absolutely mission-critical part of your entire business operation. At this level, your whole mindset has to change. You're not just thinking about one single model anymore. You're thinking about the entire end-to-end system you need to build, deploy, and govern maybe hundreds of models, and do it all reliably. And that requires a discipline called MLOps, or Machine Learning Operations. You know, the easiest way to think about it is like DevOps, but for the unique challenges that come with AI. It's the set of practices that turns a fragile little data science experiment into robust production-grade software that you can actually trust. Okay, so we have our 3 technical tiers. But building great AI isn't just about the code. To really succeed long-term, our source points out two critical rules of the road that support everything else: having a clear strategy and a deep commitment to responsibility. And let's be clear, this part is absolutely non-negotiable. Trying to ship AI without a strong ethical framework and some clear governance, well, it's not just risky, it's a complete recipe for disaster. You need both to build something that lasts and that people can trust. This brings us to this incredibly important idea of responsible AI. It's so much more than a buzzword. It's a real commitment to making sure the systems we build are fair, transparent, and accountable. I mean, when an algorithm can decide if someone gets an insurance payout, this isn't some nice to have, it's everything. So what does that actually mean for you, the person writing the code? It means you have to actively check your model for bias before it ever gets near production. It means if a customer asks, "Why was my claim denied?" you need to be able to give them an answer. It means building in human oversight from day one. And of course, protecting user data like it's your own. And if you think this is all just some philosophical chat, think again. This stuff is quickly becoming law. The EU AI Act, for instance, now officially classifies AI for insurance risk as high risk, which means it legally requires strict governance. All of a sudden, being responsible is a critical compliance issue. So as we wrap this up, it all really comes down to this one question. The roadmap is clear, from using simple tools for those quick wins all the way to building strategic proprietary assets. The only choice left is yours. Are you going to just use AI, or are you going to build your company's future with it?